What's going on, ladies and gents? Rocco Brown here from MyGamingJourney.com, and we are back with another 1v1 rank match. At the time of this recording, I am gold 3 on the 1v1 rank ladder, and I'm matching off today against an Abbasid player. So if you're new here, I primarily play House of Lancaster. That's my primary civ. I do play some English, some Ottomans, and a little Japanese as well, but primarily House of Lancaster is my go-to. So let's dive into this game. Now, another thing that I do want to point out, I do post these recordings simply because I'm trying to get better. So any questions, comments, or concerns that you have, please leave them in the comments section below. But definitely make sure we keep things respectful and keep things on topic, to say the least, right? In addition to that, if you look in the description tab, you will see the accompanying blog post that goes with this video as well. It'll take you over to mygamingjourney.com, where I have all of the stats and additional information that accompanies this video, and of course encompasses the whole 1v1 today, for lack of better words. So I like to start off with rallying all of my villagers, or let me not say rallying, but putting all my villagers on sheep, the first 6, and then I rally the next 3 over to gold, and then rally the remainder onto sheep or food, for lack of better words, until I age up. Kind of my go-to standard, so that's what I like to do, and I primarily age with House Lancaster. So let's get an idea of what's going on at this point. Gathered a decent chunk of sheep, up to 7, not too bad. Want to get eyes on my opponent just to see what may or may not be taking place, because I do not remember what he did this game at all, but I know I was too close to that town center. I know that much. So nothing too crazy at this point. Ironically, I don't match up against a lot of Abbasid players personally, right? And it could just be because I'm lower ranked. You know, gold 3, platinum 1 is where I tend to sit at, in between on the 1v1 side of things. But yeah, don't rank up, or not rank up, I don't match up against too many Abbasid, to say the least. I don't know what I'm over here doing, y'all. Nasty business. Look at this. Nasty business. So game already starting off bad, to say the least. But splits wise, apart from this goofiness and this goofiness that I'm referring to, yeah. I tend to age up with my 3 villagers that were on gold. I'll age up there, and I'll use those for, I primarily open with Lancaster Castle, not too much to open up with Abbey Kings, but primarily Lancaster Castle. So I'll age up with those 3. I'll put 3 on stone and then 3 on wood, and then start rallying over the wood. It's kind of what I like to do, but I can already see why we have a problem here. Not gathering no kind of stone, which means my mana is going to be delayed. Okay, so I end up getting those sheep. Cool. Still not getting any stone. I still have 3 idle villagers, which is never good. 20 sheep. Amazing. But our age up is literally 3/4 of the way done, and guess who's not getting any stone? So frustrated. So already a con. Do not be like me, be better. Make sure you build a nice mining camp on your stone and gold, and not build a lumber camp on your stone or gold, right? So I'm already delayed. I'm not going to have the amount of stone that I need to immediately drop down a manor, which is not good. Age up is done, and I'm more than likely going to be supply capped. So we will see if that actually ends up taking place or not, but not too thrilled about that. So definitely not opening well. So found an additional 3 sheep. Cool. Current splits: 3 on food, 8 on wood, 3 on gold, 3 on stone. Now I'm just rallying an additional worker over the stone just to try to catch up, get a little bit more stone needed, just so I can drop a manor, because that would be nice. So scouting wise, I've uncovered a decent chunk of the map. I do see that there's 3 sacreds, which is always good. I decided to drop a tower over at my stone just because I was a little bit behind, and I'm like, I do need to gather a little bit more stone while I'm building this first manor. So hopefully that will alleviate any sort of pressure in the event that he tries to come with some horses, or something, right? Be able to actually catch back up and get some stone so I can drop a few more manors, was my thought process, to say the least, right? First manor down. I don't think I was supply cap for too long if I was. And now we're going to try to get a few more manors. So I saw that he was gathering a decent chunk of stone. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, he's doing typical Abbasid things. Being that he is going to actually turn that off real quickly. Age up, right? So not age up. Actually drop another town center. So I know some Abbasid players get greedy. They like to drop 3 town centers, 2, etc. So I'm seeing the stone gathering. I'm like, all right, more than likely he's going to go for at least a second TC is my thought process. So let me start putting up a few additional manors myself and just go from there. So we have our town center. See at least 1. And take a quick little gander at my opponent. Yeah, I just want to see something really quickly. So, okay, so he's still gathering some stone, dropping his second TC. No more production buildings at this point, so not too bad on his end. I just wanted to check something there. But so I rally, get off of my stone at this point, and I'm like, let me start getting some food, right? Take my remainder of my workers off of wood, because yet again my next thought process is since he's going second TC, let me start going up to 3 sooner than later, right? So I settled on 3 manors. Could have went up to 6, but I'm like, my thought process is let me rush up to 3. I'll get up to 3 relatively quickly. And then from there, potentially we'll see if I start taking relics, start dropping down production buildings, etc. But I'm like, this will give me the opportunity to age before him, since he's trying to boom a little bit quicker, right? So I have some nice lancers popping out. Going to see if we can get anything done there. That's the hope. And he has horses of his own, so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm trying to get these lancers down there as quick as possible, just so I can try to get inside there and cause a little havoc myself, but we will see. And since I saw the horses popping out, I'm like, oh, okay. Let me see if I can go in the backside. Did he see me? Looks like he might have saw me. Oh, nice little surround. Anything, unfortunately, it doesn't look like. But I'm gonna try to go on the backside of the base, dropping a barracks, just in case horses are trying to slide in my way. And now, going up to age 3. Alright. 9 minute and 8 second age. So now, I'm trying to see what I can get done on the inside. And, okay, I'm like, alright, I'm paying attention. Good. Now he's producing. So I'm like, all right, well, we don't want to lose any of my Lancers. And we just want to see what may or may not take place at this point. So I see 3 town centers. 2 workers out the way, cool. Let me escape out this side. So at this point, nothing special. 3 worker kills, nice, but I see he's on 3 town centers, which causes a rather large problem for me, because I'm like, he can boom, boom. So we hit our age 3. Worker wise, we're looking at 37 so far. Out of curiosity, how many workers does he have? 43. Just wanted to see that really quickly. Y'all, 3 TC, so I know he's cooking, for lack of better words. Nasty business, right? So ideally, we'll drop a... What the heck is it called? Monastery. There we are. Ideally, we'll drop a monastery and start taking some relics. Ideally, but I can't say definitively because, you know, I'm not seeing any monastery at this point in time. Hopefully, we will end up dropping one. So at this point in time, I need more production, right? And when I say production, I'm talking about military production buildings. 1 archery range, 1 barracks, definitely not enough. 11 minutes into the game when I see he's on 3 TC. So going out to get some relics. I have 236 wood, going up to 300. So there should have been 2 production buildings, bare minimum. But nothing as of yet, unfortunately. A supply capped, not good. So now we are, and I'm like up. Like, look at this, y'all. Look at everything that's being lost. For what reason? Like, what reason or am I losing all of this? No production. Should have had more units. Starts with a little bit more production. So didn't get any relics still whatsoever. Okay, he's headed over there now. 6 idle villagers. I'm assuming they're probably still inside of, what's it called? Yeah, look at this. So that's something that I tend to, idle villagers is something I struggle with. And primarily it tends to happen after a raid, right? I may have villagers end up in towers and then I'll forget to take them out of the tower, which is a headache. A lot of wasted idle villager time, a lot of headaches, all of the goofiness, right? So I'm looking for relics. Hopefully we get our hands on some relics and he doesn't take everything, hopefully. Okay. So as of now, we ended up losing a few villagers on that end. Unfortunately, when that raid happened, villagers that I did not need to lose. But we're at 46 villagers. I saw that villager. Do I end up going to get the villager is the question. Okay, so we're up to what? 6 manors, 5 completed, 1 going up as we speak. I don't know where that villager went to, unfortunately. Sounds like we dropped the relic off, so that's nice. There he is. Looks like he was trying to secure different resources on that side, to say the least. Okay, put the wall down good. Never want to just trap your monk outside of the base with a relic. I mean, never fun. So, as of now, 11 idle villagers. Looks like I'm dropping a town center down there. Okay, cool. So up to 6 manors, second town center going down. And what am I seeing? Ah, okay. Pulled him off of some. Okay, good. He's getting stone out or trying to grab a lot of stones. So probably going to try to put down some castles somewhere. Would be my assumption. All the while, I still have no production buildings, y'all. 20 minutes into the game. I have 1 barracks, 1 archery range. Like, what are we doing? This ain't be real life, right? Getting a lot of upgrades. Alright, getting a lot of those. I just don't have any army. Don't be like me, be better. 16 idle villagers, no production buildings, no army. I got 4 worker kills so far, I believe. If even that. And I lost about 5 worker kills, unfortunately. I said lost 5 worker kills. I just lost 5 workers. They got bodied. But score-wise, this goofiness, I don't never let that fool you. I don't trust in this at all. This is turned off during my game. I just have age ups on, but in replay, I don't even know if you can turn it off. But long story short, I say that to say this: like the score, in my humble opinion, is misleading because he probably has a lot more than I do. Let me take a quick look. So army-wise, nothing too crazy, but production, right? 2 stables, 4 barracks, naturally 3 TCs, castles going down, securing resources. Like he's in a lot more favorable position just from a production standpoint, if nothing else. Right? I got a decent chunk of upgrades. Cool. But that doesn't do much when you don't have production or an army. So I'm just running these bad boys around just to try to keep him from the town center and trying to keep him from my resources over here. So still not a good look because that was the vast majority of my army, but it was better than just running him over to my villagers, and that was my thought process at the time, right? 1 idle villager. Production wise, what are we looking at? 2 town centers, not town centers, 2 monasteries, 2 siege workshops, 1 barracks, 1 archery range. Still no sort of production, y'all. Like, production is lacking tremendously. Tremendously. It's bad. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. Like, at all. Getting a decent chunk of gold. Cool. So at this stage, it's bad. That's all I got for us, y'all. It's bad. I just built there. Another archery range. Okay, so it looks like I'm starting to add on production at this point. Yeah, okay. So starting to add on production. Could be too little too late at this point, I'm not gonna lie to you. And let me say, not add on production. I added on one archery range, so I don't know if I've added on anything else. No. Because who needs production? Idle villagers. Oh, this is a terrible game. I'm hoping this might have just been the first game for the day. Like I'm really hoping, because I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm normally not playing this terrible, y'all. Not the greatest player under the sun, but I'm normally not doing this bad. Like, I don't know. Like, this is wild to me. Okay, do we... Pull back, pull back, pull back. Second TC is still under attack. I was hoping. It doesn't look like we're winning that fight at all. Hopefully I pull back in a decent chunk of time without losing too much of everything. Look at all these villagers, y'all. Just getting cooked. Not looking good. Not looking good. Idle villagers over here. TC is still getting destroyed. It's just all bad right now. All bad. Still no additional production build. Look at my food and my wood, right? One archery range, one barracks. Excuse me, 2 archery ranges, 1 barrack. I'm so ashamed of this performance. So I'm finally starting to add production. Finally. Ay. Pretty much have the resources to age up, which isn't really necessary or worthwhile at this point in time, y'all. Like, this is not good. Lost a ton of villagers there in that last exchange. Finally getting some production. Buildings, amazing. Starting the age up process, cool, but still no army at this point in time. I know he's about to start sieging things down left and right, so that's going to be a problem. Just from a common sense perspective. Not that I remember the game, but I'm already in an unfavorable position, to say the least. So I'm pretty sure he's going to take advantage. And it would be smart of him if he did, right? Because if he doesn't take advantage of the situation, then it's not in his best interest, to say the least, right? So, ideally, I'm trying to just pump out some stuff. Alright? That Knight's coming, more Spearmen coming, Earl's Guards coming, getting upgrades. A little too late, in my humble opinion, more than likely, but we will see, right? I'm hoping I don't... Move that over there. because it looks like that's what's about to happen. Headaches, headaches, headaches. And then boom. Donating units, yeah. Donating units. Huh. Nasty business. Black caps. 8 idle vehicles. I think those are the 8 in the town center. And it's just kind of just going downhill at this point. I don't have an army to sustain or fight, right? At all. And it's my own fault. There was no production anywhere, to say the least. So I'm now trying to rally and get units out left and right. And it's not looking good at all. So decent. Not much else behind that, but it was something, right? Not much else behind that, but it was something. I'm trying here, make one last little desperate attempt. But I don't have much going in my favor. Okay. How many manners do I have, just out of curiosity? 6 manners. Production still lacking. Definitely need a lot more production when you have 2,000 wood. Might be a good idea to say the least. I think at this point I just use attack ground on the keep. Like, I don't think I could see it at the point in time, so I just used attack ground. Oh, look who decides to drop some production buildings, y'all. Pumping them out now. They didn't make it inside. Okay, good. So 18 idle villagers killing me, y'all. Like killing me. No wall here. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know. I really don't know. As we can see, the game's getting ready to end, so this might have been probably one of the big last pushes that he tried here, would be my assumption. Be my assumption. 24 idle villagers. Where are these villagers idle at? Food. 24 idle food villagers. Crazy business. And there we go. Idle villagers here as well. Finally starting to get some food. Still don't have a wall there. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, I, I don't know, y'all. All in all, this was not a good game. In the least bit. It was not a good game. Let me come down here. Let's take a look at some of the different stats. And you'll see this over on, if you look in the description tab right below the video, you will see the particular stats as well. And we are going to check that bad boy out. So this is what I want to see. You'll see these screenshots on the blog post as well. But all in all, timeline-wise, he was destroying me the entire game. There was never a time where I was ahead, right? Let's take a look at the overall picture. So total score, he cooked me. Military, eco, tech. I cooked them in tech. And society cooked me there as well. Tech doesn't mean anything when you don't have any units. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't do you much good if you out upgrade your opponent and you have fire arrows and everything else, but there's no one there to fight. Military wise, he definitely had a larger army. Not shocked about that. Economy wise, he went to town with everything. Nasty business, y'all. 3 TCs. Technology wise, my technology, and this is not even by a lot, right? Like the only thing that I had on him was the age up times. Cool, but my age up time was a bit quicker. His was slightly delayed because naturally he was going for boom. He wanted to go econ, so I just aged up a little bit quicker. And even with my quicker age up, I didn't even get all of the relics like I needed to get. Let me take a look. Only ended up with 3 relics, right? So I didn't end up with the relics worthwhile to save my life either. And then going into the technology even deeper, I only had 3 more upgrades than he did. So my 36 compared to his 33 isn't nothing special. Villagers, man, he went to town. 3 TC doesn't shock me, but I lost a lot of Vil. So even within the 75 villager high, how many? He might have killed like 6 or 7 villagers when he did that raid into my base. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled with this game, y'all. My opponent, that's another thing. At the time of this recording, he was a gold 3 as well. So we were both gold 3. Not my best showing, not my best performance, but I like to post all my games, right? So I'm not going to pick and choose when things look good for me, you know, and not post when things are bad. I don't remember if this was my first game of the day or not. Not an excuse. I played terribly. So let's go over the pros and the cons. Let's start with the pros, right? I would say map exploration, I did a decent job with, you know, knocking out all the fog of war on the map, right? Decent job scouting up to a point. And when I say up to a point, I say probably around the time that I hit age 2 on the way to 3 when I was still raiding around with the horses. I was scouting pretty regularly, having eyes on what my opponent was doing. That was good. Even in regards to that would be pro number 1. Pro number 2 would probably be actually building villagers. 75 villager high might not be amazing or gravy for any of you, but I'll say probably like after around 70, 71, I tend to scale off the villagers, not intentionally. I find myself just producing military, so I'm always producing something. But the issue is I need to make sure that villagers is one of them. So there are times in my games where I'll just subconsciously, I'll just say, stop producing villagers. And yet again, it's not intentional. I'm still producing something. So whether that be spearmen, crossbowmen, knights, something, you feel me? Unfortunately, it's just not always villagers. So 75 villager high. I'm happy that I was still producing villagers, to say the least. What else? That would be another pro. That would be the only, and then the last one would be the 3 relics that I got my hands on, right? That would be the last thing, to say the least, right? So the relics, not many, but I got 3. Producing villagers up to 75, and then scouting up to a point. Let's get into the cons. Yo, it was 20 plus minutes before I had more than 3 military production buildings, y'all. I don't know how or why that happened, to say the least, right? I had no military production buildings at all. I floated so much wood. I should have had at least 5, 6, 7 of each military production building. No excuse. So no military production buildings, no military. My military was trash, as well, right? What else? The idle villagers, that eats me up every time, y'all. And this game was a lot worse than usual, right? Like, it's bad. It's normally always bad. Normally it gets bad after a raid. Like, that's typically where it happens. Like, I may not lose a lot of villagers, but they'll end up inside of towers, and then I'll have idle villagers by not taking them out of the town center or out of the respective tower. This particular game, there was just idle villagers everywhere, right? For no reason. Another con, very beginning of the game, I ended up not mining stone, and I was idle there for super long because I built a lumber camp instead of a, what's it called? The camp to collect a stone or gold, right? So I wasn't mining any stone, which delayed me dropping a manor, which supply capped me because I built a lumber camp at my stone, right? Man, it's just a bad game overall, y'all. It is what it is, though. So that definitely concludes this game for today. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Definitely feel free to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Leave comments below. Any questions, comments, or concerns that you have. Any tips, tricks, or things to get better. I'm all ears. I'm all open for constructive criticism. I don't fold it or mind it at all. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, just keep things respectful and keep things on topic and on task, please. Yeah, check out mygamingjourney.com. Yet again, first link in the description tab below will be the link to the respective blog posts where you can watch the video on mygamingjourney.com, as well as see the accompanying information that goes with this particular video as well. I go live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Twitch, Kick, and mygamingjourney.com. I'm streaming on those 3 platforms at this moment in time. Definitely drop me a follow over there. Feel free to subscribe as well. And then, yeah, man, appreciate each and every one of you. God willingly, we can do this again another time. Until next time, take care. And wherever you're at in the world, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Talk to you soon.